a lot of people think that, you know, that's just the way it is. People don't save these days. Well, let's look at Germany's personal savings ratio. This country here, over 10% in savings. What's the US, you ask? Well, take a look at this. From Fred, you might know our good friend Fred. Got some good charts over there, of course. Personal savings rate. Currently, if my eyes are seeing correctly, just over 3%. And that actually dipped to about 2.5% just recently. So we're in that zone. And if it continues the way it is right here, based on this, you could see the dip that it did. It came up, went back down, it dipped up again, and it probably will head even further down if we have another crisis. People are so indebted today that they don't know what savings is. And in a way, I don't blame them, obviously, because of interest rates being so low. There's no reason to save, at least that's the way they think. Gap between real DPI, debt, savings rates, and cost of living. Cost of living is something that I'm always thinking about. I don't look necessarily at PE ratios of stocks and then I make videos about that and tell you why this one is a good investment, why now is the time to buy some index funds, buy this particular stock, that one, short this one, that one. No, I'm talking about cost of living because that's important. That affects every single person. All right? And that's what we need to focus on. Income, savings, and debt, funded living standard. You can see that here. And on the right-hand side, income, savings, and debt no longer funding the basic living standard. How are people going to be able to prepare for the future if there is an unforeseen event? It could be something like a health issue. It could be some sort of natural event that takes place, and these things people aren't ready for, and that's when it hits them hardest. Look, even if an appliance in your home, maybe your furnace breaks down, and when does it break down? In the wintertime? No, it breaks down in the coldest month, in the coldest day of the year. When does your air conditioner break down? On the hottest day of the year. And you gotta now reach out into that pocket and hopefully pull out some money. But you don't have any because you don't have any savings. So you got to wait it out. And some places it gets really cold, and other places it gets really, really hot. And you'll be wishing that you had some savings right at that moment. So I'll move on from there. The simple reason why 80% of Americans can't save money. I've covered this here before, something similar anyway. Essentially what we're looking at here is the top 20%. They're making a hell of a lot of money. They are making the majority of all that money is going in there. They also pay almost all of the taxes too. That's definitely what we're seeing statistically. But ultimately, the average person, I'm talking about that, let's say the bottom 80, they can't make ends meet. They literally cannot make ends meet. You can see on the far right side, income needed by family afford to break even. And they don't break even. And that's what's happening. People just go further, 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 further into debt. And yeah, you can claim bankruptcy, but what kind of program is that? It's really silly. Now, I just wanted to touch on this very, very quickly. There's this new initiative to split California into 3 states. I don't know if you heard about it. I want to know what you think, particularly if you live in California. I know that statistically, there's a lot of percentage here of my viewers in California. So I'd be interested to hear from those in California, or if you're just, wherever you are in the States or anywhere around the world, I'd like to definitely hear what you think about this. This is something that has been talked about, California splitting from the US, and this is actually a separate issue, just basically splitting into 3 different states. I'd like to know what you think. That's all for this video. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. And last but not least, if you found the video informative, you will find my books, The Money GPS, and my newer release, Global Economic Collapse, even more informative. If you'd like to flip through the book for yourself, go to the link in the description below. Take care.